Okay, and so in order to make a file here, I'll just input output. I'll just name it input output. Okay, dot py. Okay, so here we will be reading. So we use in order to comment, we use the hash. Okay, where is it? Brackets. Yeah. So we will be doing print function first. See, print function is easy. I told you yesterday. It's used for giving output. Okay. But there are some tweaks that we can do in the print function. Okay. So it will take like 5 to 10 minutes for print and input function, whatever I want to tell. Okay. So first is the uh, shape parameter. Okay. ACP parameter. Now, what is a shape parameter? It is basically specifies the separator between multiple values. Okay. It specifies the separator between multiple values. Now, as the name suggests, wait, I'll show and you'll understand multiple values. Okay. So, for example, we write like this print bracket, and then we write, for example, what is today's date? 15th of October, right? 15, then 10, then 2025. Okay. And now, if we want to separate it, okay, for example, if we want to write it like this 15 dash 10 dash 2025, here we will use the sep parameter. Okay, this is the syntax. Sep equals to then the double quotes, and inside the double quotes you can give the dash. Okay, and then you'll simply do control s, save it, and then we will run the python file. And yeah, so this will give in this format. So save function is used like, for example, you want to put full stop in between. For example, let's say full stop. Okay, I save it and run it. So it will give you the full stop format. Okay, this will be useful when I'll be teaching Python. These small things will be very important. Okay, this might look insignificant at this point of time, but in future when we will be going inside BioPython, by third week, you will know a lot of these minute things will have a lot of values in. Okay, so okay, so then the end parameter. Okay, the end parameter, it is used to specify what to print at the end of the execution. Okay, of the print function. So sometimes we use the end parameter, sometimes we don't use. It depends on the requirements. We don't always use the end parameter. Okay. So in case of Python, what happens? It is by default it's set to go into a new line. So once the program is executed, it will go to the new line, which means if there is another line of code below, then it will move on to execute that one, and if not, it just stops there. Okay, it is set to a new line character. Like for example, this. Okay, dash n, means slash n. Okay, so how we write it? Let me show you. For example, we have written print welcome, then comma end equals to double quotes. Okay, then we again write print to GFG, or say biocode. Okay, biocode fusion, for example. Okay, then print. Hope you're enjoying the session. Okay, and end. Okay, not end is not meant to be here. End is meant to be here. Okay, end equals to. Okay, for example, you can give here something like double star or star. Okay, I'm just showing you what it looks like when you use it. Okay, and then you print like it will actually show you the difference. Okay, welcome to PVC. Okay, so you will see what the difference lies. See, here it is coming together, but here it is basically coming to the new line. Okay, means it prints the welcome without adding a new line at the end. Okay, and it prints to GFG right after welcome on the same line. Okay, and when we use the star, it prints the provided string and ends with the star instead of a new line. Okay, so when I've written like welcome to TVC, that it's on the same line as the previous output. Okay, so this is the syntax of the print function mainly. There are a lot of other parameters that we can put at the end, but we don't need to, necessarily go into them. Okay, next we can go for the input function. Okay, so I'll just use the multi-line comments here. So now we will go for the input function in Python. Okay, now input function, I have given a brief idea yesterday. What it does is it asks for the user's input. Okay, so what do you mean by the user's input? So for example, if I declare a variable like name and then I use the input function, okay, then bracket set a right, enter your name. Okay, then for example, another thing, let's say university. Okay, college, university, yeah, something like that equals to. Okay, mm, where do you study? Okay, so after this, we will use print function. Means once you take the user's input, obviously it is important that you have to give the output also. Okay, like you are taking the input from the user, and then user wants to know what have you done with the input that I've given. Okay, there must be something now that I'm getting it in return. So like welcome. Okay, plus, so here it is a concatenating operator. Okay, name, we will read about this when we will be studying operators. And print. Okay, wow, so you read in, trying to make it like a conversation. Okay, oh, so you read in, then plus college. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, save, and for example, here I'm putting my name. Just wait. Okay, here I'm putting my name. Arichuha, okay, then they will ask me where do you study. So I used to study Lovely Professional University. Okay, I'll just write the short form LPO. Okay, and then I'll just click enter. Okay, and it will tell you welcome Aditya Vasan Gupta. Wow, so you read in LPO. Okay, so yeah, so this is the input function mainly. Okay, now we will move into data types. This was all about input output. Okay, and now we will move into data types. Uh, Meanwhile, if anyone having any doubt here, I think this was pretty simple, right? Input output function. Anyone can unmute also. This part's clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, clear. Fine. Okay, then I am moving ahead with datatypes. So yesterday, what have we done? Let's see once. Okay, I told you the variables ID type list intro. So we will go deep into it today, right? Cool. I think I have told you about variables. Okay, so let's not much in variables. Okay, so in variables, a very interesting type of programs is often given. Okay, it's called swapping two variables. Okay, so there are a lot of approaches. Okay, where we use swapping two variables. Basically, you can be asked to swap three variables, four variables, whatever. Let me type it here. This first comment this place. This one. Okay, let's say swapping variables. Okay, this is a program. Okay, write a program to swap two variables using Python. Okay, now this is a very beginner level question. Okay, it means, for example, I am giving you an example. For example, you have given a is equal to 2 and we have given b is equal to 5, right? Now, this is the input. This is the input part. And what I want in the output is a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 2. Okay. So, this is what is given and this is what I want. Okay. So before I dive into it, okay, there are like two to three methods. Okay, I have two main methods only. So anyone would like to give any idea how we can solve this? Like, don't think in terms of Python or any programming language. Just think you have to swap two objects. Okay. So what do you usually do in order to swap two objects or swap two variables? Anything? Anyone? Any approach you would like to suggest? Yeah, anyone has? Yeah, raise your hand, please tell Jeet.
Sir, we can select another variable that will be empty, take one of the values into it,
Okay,
put the another value into the previous one,
okay.
and the value that we have saved in the empty means the
Mm-hmm.
third variable that we can place in the second one.
Okay, so would you like to share your screen and like to give it a try?
Sir,
If you
am actually facing a problem like I have not yet got that interface that you
okay,
are
cool,
using
no
to write
problem.
the codes. That is
VS
the problem.
VS Code. Are you talking of VS Code? No, no, you don't need
Yes,
VS
yes,
Code.
I
N-
have installed
See,
that. Uh,
see,
VS
if
Code
you
and Python.
okay, if you're having problem in VS Code, simply search this programmist.com. Okay, this is basically the best like online compiler I've seen. Okay, let's do it. Mm, Programming slash Python programs. यार इसका वो कहाँ गया? Code visualizer this one. Wait, there are a lot of online compilers that you can actually use, not this. Google search. Yeah, Python online compiler. Yeah. So you can do on this also. It is, see, we why we do VS Code when we use modules and packages, okay, and we do various application based stuffs like development or coding stuffs. Then we need a local place to store what we have done, what we have done. What when we are doing just simple programming, beginner stuff, you can just do on cloud platforms, okay, just like this programming. And simply I here. Jeet, if you want, you can just see. Wait, I'm select this ready chat box. If you want, you can share your screen and just try to execute. See, there is no shame in committing a mistake if you are committing. I will help you out. Okay, just do the way you suggested right now. Use the third variable and do it. Can you do it, Jeet?
Yes, sir, I can try.
Just yeah, just give it a try. Go ahead. Yeah, share your screen and use this link. Program is online compiler. Meanwhile, I'll just try. Okay. Right, using Python. I have written in the chat box, or rather, I am making a tweak where to take input two variables, okay, and swap them, okay. Use the input function also. So this will be a proper revision that I will see if you have learned how to use the input function, print function, and the variable.
Sir, I have not practiced that yet.
No,
Means
no, no
if
issues.
you
I
can
will, I will help you. Just go, just start now.
okay.
See, there's a difference. Like I can go teaching all day, okay, and I can give you 1,000 points about Python. But then if I am not sure that whether you are learning or not, there is it will be a complete waste of time, right? My main motto is to teach you that after this session, you will be able to write the code on your own. So if you are not able to do that, that will be my failure. Okay. So I have to make sure that you are learning also. So I will help you out. Don't worry. Just go ahead. Yeah, just control A and delete that stuff. First, try to do the first one. We have to swap two variables. Just so how you would like, how would you swap two variables using Python? Meanwhile, others, if you are simultaneously working on the interface, okay, a VS Code or online compiler, this one you can use online compiler also. You can execute on your own end, okay, and send in the WhatsApp group. I have given you the input output also, like you can use any in input output, okay. Just simply write A is equal to 2, B is equal to 5. Just write it. Yeah, okay. Go ahead, yeah, enter. Yeah, now what was your idea? Give a comment line hash. Use you told use a third variable, right? Just write there so that you can remember later. Using a third variable. Yeah, yeah, Jit, go on.
So now
Just
I want to place
yeah,
yes, sir.
yeah, tell. Tell.
Yeah, like a equal to this two value I want to place first in the C. Then how to do that?
Okay, so C is equal to A. First step, of course. First you have to store one value. Yeah, enter. Yeah, then so now you cannot directly write C is equal to B because then it will be an error because if C is equal to A and C is also is equal to B, then how is it swapping? So in that case, what he will do? He will write A is equal
Take
to
A.
B.
Yes, sir.
Hmm,
And now B equal to C. This
exactly.
can it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now how are you going to print it? If you are going to print A and B, then it will be, let's see how you are going to print it. Yeah, go on, right? Others, are you trying?
Yes, sir.
Anshika. Yeah, yeah, try. Are you able to do it? Have you figured out what?
Yes, sir. I have figured out.
Okay, cool. Wait, let's wait for Jeet. You can take your time, Jeet, no issues. We have 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, I will complete all the topics with in slow pace and practice all the problems. Good. Then well, you can write in single line also print. You don't have to write, multiple lines. No issues. But yeah, yeah, go ahead. Just do it. Okay. Now let's run. A is equal to 5. E is equal to congrats. You have done it correctly. There is another method also. Actually, much simpler. Uh, just write A is equal A comma B is equal to B comma. Just comment this out. Use multi-line or just erase this from the third variable part, not the whole thing. And don't erase print also. Just in between. No, no, no. Just the between. Just the third variable part. C is equal to A B. Yeah, just that one. Delete. Write A comma B is equal to B comma A. Yeah. Now run it. See, it's yeah. So there are two methods. Both the methods are correct. Okay. Actually, when you're using this, this is actually called Pythonic swap. Pythonic swapping. Okay, this is a term in like, people Python developers use. I have done Pythonic swapping or something. Okay, funny term, but yeah, using this method, you can actually do swapping multiple variables. Like obviously, not more the number of variables, it will become complex. So this will not work in every case, but yeah, if you are swapping three variables, it can be done. Jeet, try to do swapping three variables using the same method. And save this also, okay? Hmm. Take a is equal to 5. Wait, I am giving you the values, okay, for three variables. Okay, then wait, a is equal to 5, comma a, comma b, comma c is equal to 10, comma 20. Okay, no problem. 20, and then 45.7. Okay, okay. Try do this one. B A is 20 and B is T, in quotes TVC.
This one.
Uh-huh. Mm. Yeah, now use how will you swap A, comma B, comma C is equal to C, comma. I'm not giving the solution on this one. Yeah, how will you swap this? Anshika, are you able to do it with there? I guess not. Okay. Yeah, right. Okay, now print. This time it prints. Yeah, you can do separately also, no issues. Yeah, just write A, B, C. No need to use the quotes and all the time. Okay, that will save your time also sometimes. We do that just for programming sake, just for showing you. That's why. No need to give equals to. Why are you giving without quotes? No, just write A, comma B, comma C, or just if you are giving A is equal to na, then give that in quotes. Right. Alia ma'am, did were you able to watch the last day's video of Python session?
Yes, I watched the recording.
Okay. Do you have any doubts on that part?
No, for now it's fine.
Okay, okay. If you have doubts anytime, please let me know.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, Jeet. Go ahead, run. It's 9:20. Problem not me a lot of time. Okay, run it now. A is equal. Yeah, swap. Good. Okay, now great, Jeet. Good, you have learned this part. Uh, Now I'll just show you that using. You can stop. You can stop sharing. Yeah, yeah. Okay, please ask.
I just wanted to ask in the input function,
Yeah.
when I write, say, if I'm giving, like, write the value of A,
Mm-hmm.
supposingly. So when
Yeah.
I run the program, there is no gap in between the sentence, write the value of A, and the
Uh-huh.
value of A that I'm inputting when the code is running. So how
Oh,
to generate that gap?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me show you. Right. Good. Let me share my screen. Okay, my screen is visible.
Yes.
Yeah. So what you're saying is when you're writing input function and you're writing, for example, enter A, suppose, right?
Yes.
And then you you give something like to enter. So I'll just store here A is equal to input A, and then I print A. Okay. Okay. So you are asking about this gap. Like for example, I
Yes. Say, like you made a colon. So after colon, there is no gap when you're writing.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So you want gap on this part here.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. So you can actually make gaps anywhere, and this is how you can make it. Just use a comma and another, and it's yeah done. So you just use another double quotes. Basically, this will take another space of the memory, and
Okay.
that will give a gap. So when we run it, wait, sorry, this will give an error. I have to use, for example, another comma. Okay, and I can add here something. Okay, I'll write this entire part inside. Right. Okay, input, and so you want gap exactly this colon part and here means, wait, let me understand. When we run this, uh, print input enter A. That is, example, write it here, LP. You want gap exactly where? Uh, Means between the words because that you can just
No, it's not
simply add the
between.
gap.
It's like supposingly you write enter A and I
Mm-hmm.
don't put a colon there. Instead
Hmm.
of colon, I just want a gap there.
Oh, basically, in that case, instead of colon, there is no proper function or parameter to add any gap. Okay, but what you can do, see, when you it is an input function, but when you print it, okay. For example, when we simply print something, na. So, for example, welcome. Okay, then I add a plus or a here. Okay, so for here. and then I write here. For example, A is equal to input, enter your name, for example, okay. And here I'll put A, okay. So this, for example, your name is Alia. So yeah, welcome Alia. This is how you create a gap. So what you do, you
Okay.
add a comma and then a quotation, okay. So here when you just input, see input function, this thing is not like showing in the print. So when you're printing, here you can actually add a gap, okay, and using this cannot be used in the input function. This can be used while you are using the print function, okay. So does that answer
Okay.
answer your question?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can use this method, okay. And also you can often what you do is concatenate using the plus operator. So I'll show that in the operator session, okay. For now, someone is, I guess, raise the hand.
Sir, before closing the quotation, we can give the space so that it can create some space.
Yeah, yeah, please repeat.
Before closing the quotation in the input statement, we
Yeah,
can give the space. No, it will create some space.
there you can create, but it if you do a simple syntax error, that will again cause a problem. But in the print function, it's easier. So you can do a lot of methods also. So that is not a real problem.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you can find a lot of approaches. So this is one of the approach. Okay, okay. Where were we? Swapping variables. Okay, after swapping variables, we will move ahead to understanding the ID function. ID function. Okay. So what happens here? So ID function is the built-in function, just like print and input function. Okay. It basically provides a unique identifier. Okay, for every object. Okay. Now, for example, let's say we print ID of 5. Let's see what it gives. Let's see what our, yeah. So this is the ID of 5 in the system. Okay. Now, for example, if we make some tweaks like A is equal to 10, okay, and first we print the ID of A, okay, and then the unique identifier for the object with value of 10 will be shown, okay, and then if we swap, it's not swapping basically, this is okay, B is equal to A, print, and then we give ID of A. So here what is happening is we are assigning the value, the ID value, the unique identifier of A to B, okay, and when we run it, yeah, it will give you the same, because here the value of unique identifier of A is assigned to unique identifier value of B. Got it? It is like A is B, B is A, some like that. Okay. So this is the ID function. It is a small thing, so not much time to waste. Okay. Then the type function that we have studied last day. So type function, it gives you the type. Okay. I think I have shown you the type function, right? Yes, yesterday. This part. Were you guys clear with it, or because it's the same thing, nothing much more to add to it, guys? Were you clear with this type function part? Anyone? Am I audible?
Yes, you.
Yeah, so I was asking, say, are you guys clear with the type? Okay, type is clear. Fine. Yeah, just responding would save the time. Cool. Then let's go ahead and jump to some real data types. Okay, these are all basically functions only. So now for we will go into lists. Okay, so I'm not putting this in data types. I'm just forming a new lists.py. Okay, so what is a list? So these are one of the most versatile and commonly used data structures, basically. Okay, and they allow you to store collections of items in an ordered and mutable format. Okay, so the most important thing about list is they are they store values. Okay, they store values and or say collection of items, say collection of items. Okay, and the most important thing about list is they are ordered and mutable. So what do you mean by this? Now this now this means the word mutable, it stands for that it can be changed, which means once we store values to it, we can change it, means we can remove the values, we can change the values, we can add some values, or we can change the position of the values. Okay. So and also the most important thing, you can store multiple values, okay, of different data types. Okay. So what does this mean? Multiple values of different data types. So this means you can store like float, you can store an integer, float means the decimal number. Integer, you can store a string. Okay, you can store anything here for multiple things. Okay, so let's say how we form, and yeah, it is written in with square brackets. Written with square brackets. Okay, square brackets. Actually, list is one of the most discussed topics. Okay, today I'll go into list. Tomorrow I'll see if I'll continue the whole day with means an hour or two with lists, or I will go into tuples, because list is like a bit of advanced. It leans towards an advanced parts also. So until and unless I like cover the concepts of loops and functions in between, I cannot directly jump into lists and strings. Strings is also comes into a bit advanced part, means you can consider these things as intermediate. But yeah, in the introductory part, I can give you an idea so that we can, do various problems in between using the other features. Okay. So let's say we store here five values, like say A, and with square brackets, so 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay, whatever. So I'm storing at five integer values. Okay, and you can store actually strings and other lists also, and floating point values also. So now if you print A, okay, yeah, so it will come print like this. Okay, but now if you want to, like for example, access these values, like for example you want only this value. Okay, now this is important. I will say, when we will be doing by Python now, we will be needing to access, means we will be for writing, like if you're writing genetic data sets. Okay, and there will be a lot of gene codes. Okay, and we want to access that the 15th position, or say one at the 100th position. Okay, now we can't go and find in the list, okay, 1 2 3 4, I mean it's 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, the 99 thing, which is 100 thing. Okay, so there we cannot count manually. Okay, here you can see, okay, if I tell you to find the second position, so you will know 30. Okay, but there there it will be cumbersome. So there, so that time accessing accessing will be important. Okay, then removing and addition, those functions will also be important. So there, so those things you will be able to do with lists actually. Okay, so now how to access? I write A, and then square brackets, and let's say here we write the position, okay, like which the position of which position data you want to extract the gather, okay. So like it's if you want 30, so obviously that will be 2, okay. Save, and then yeah, see, it's 30. I think you know the memory allocation concept. In computer science, we do not start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So for example, if I ask you to give me access of the you know third, the third value, okay, then you will write here means third value in our terms. In Python terms, then you will write which one? The means third value in terms of in our terms, in Python terms, it will be the second. Okay, so 0, 1, 2. So this one. If I tell you third value in terms of Python, then it will be fourth in our terms. So here, which means the last one. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here you have to write third. So if you want 40, we will get this one. Okay, 3. So now, as I said, lists in Python are mutable. So what kind of changes we can make? Okay. So what we can do is we can append items, means we can add items, okay, which means inserting them also. Okay. We can check whether if particular item is present or not. For example, you are given a big set of data or genetic data, okay, and then I ask you, find me the find me a particular in a genetic code, okay, whether this is present here or not, okay, then what, so you can do that, like for example, print, for example, if I am adding here a lot of random numbers, okay, so I have added some random numbers here, and now I want to tell and I want to find a certain number, for say whether 24 is there or not. I don't know whether 24 is there or not, okay, so 24 in a, you will just search, okay, this part time one. Let's see if 24 is there or not. Yeah, so it's true. So 24 is there. I don't know at which position, but yeah, 24 is there. So if I want to find whether 48 is there or not, I don't know 48 is there or not, I'll just search. False. So the number 48 is not in the list. Okay. You can know when there is a large data set, if you're dealing with backend and you want to know whether a certain value is stored or not, okay, then you can directly search it, okay, from the lists. Okay. Now if you want to for say insert, okay, now this was basically checking of items, okay. Let's say I want to append, okay, so append items, so that for that we use this append function only, okay. So what we do, we simply write a dot append, okay, sorry, triple p end, and we add a random number for say 236, okay. Now we just print a save. Yeah. So it will add at the last. Okay. 236. Then say, for example, we want to insert 236 at a particular, you know, memory space. Okay. Like you want 236 to come at the beginning or somewhere in between. Okay. So for that, you can use the insert function. Okay. So you will simply write a dot insert. Okay. And first, you will write the position. For example, I want in the fourth position. Okay, and then which value? Each time 236, it can be, let's say I will insert this. Okay, a string. As I said, you can add a string also. Okay, then print A. Let's see if I am doing an error. No error. See, it inserts TVC here in the fourth position. Okay, then for example, you want to count the number of items. So for example, a large data set is given list. Okay, and you want to know how many values are there. Okay, for some work. So you can use it for counting items. So for example, it will simply mean print. Okay, means you either you can find like count the whole thing. Okay, the number of items, or just you can just find out if a particular value is repeated or not. So let's see if a particular value is repeated or not. A count, for example, I don't know if it's there. Okay, 30. Let's see 30. Yeah, so 30 is repeated here. Only it's written once. For example, if I insert somewhere 30 here and then here. Okay, so I know it's like I have inserted it three times. Let's see. Yeah, so now it's showing three times. I have there are 30. It is three appearing three times in the list. Okay, then we can remove also. Okay, let's say we can actually remove by two methods. One is removing by value and removing by index. Okay, let's check that out. Removing values. For example, I want to remove, say, TVC. Got it? Then I print A simply. Yeah, so TVC is removed from here. Okay, now if it is a like huge database and you don't know whether it is removed or not. Okay, like for example, you have given this thing and wish ki ye remove ho jaye, and it has executed, but you still want to check whether it's there or not yet. You can just simply use this one. Okay, copy. Let's say here print. Okay, let's check whether TBC is there or not. I can't see. False. So which means it is absent, which means it is removed. Okay. Now removing by index. Okay, let's see. So for this we use another function called the pop function. Okay. So we write simply pop, then this bracket. Okay. And for example, I want to remove some fourth position and then I print a. Okay. See. Okay. It has removed whatever is there in the fourth. Yeah. So it has removed 50. It was in the fourth position, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which means fifth position in our terms. So 50 is removed from there. Okay. And if you don't, suppose you know there was 50. Okay. But you still want to be sure whether it was 50 that was removed. So just check it. 50 in A. Sorry. Yeah. Just check it simply. Yeah, false. So 50 is not anymore. Okay. So you can also again add 50. Okay. As I've shown you. Okay. Then we can also use the del function. Okay. So del. Okay. So we don't use a bracket here like that. Okay. What we do is we just write simply del a, and then we add the position. For example, second position, right? And then we write print A. Okay, it's a keyword that removes the item the specified index. Okay. Also, it can remove range of indexes, for example, 5, 8, 3, 2, whatever. Do it then. Okay. Okay. This is basically syntax error. You cannot do it like this. You have to write repeatedly only. Okay. DEL A 3. Okay. And then you can print A again. So, anyways, now some general list functions. Okay. General list functions. It for finding the maximum, minimum, and the sum. Okay. For that, for example, let me declare B, leave it just right A only. We will use it A only. Okay. So we'll simply write print max A. Okay. We'll write mean, that is sum. Okay. So let's see the output it gives. Yeah. So this is a maximum value, this is a minimum value, and this is a sum of all. Okay. Then we have reversing and sorting, the last for today's topic. Reversing and sorting. Okay. So reversing means it reverses the order of the list, and sorting means it helps to arrange the values in the ascending order by default. It simply means A dot, you don't put a value inside here, you don't need, print A. Okay. And let's say A dot sort. Okay. Now sorting, this will be important in future applications. I'll show you here on here itself. Okay. Reverse and sort. Let's see what it gives us. See. So first, this one is reversed. Okay. And second, this one is sorted in the ascending order. Okay. So this was a general introduction of the lists. Okay. Now tell me if you have any doubts in these parts.